Welcome to the Big Easy for the 2015 R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, part of Capital One Bowl Mania from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Arkansas State, the champions of the Sun Belt Conference, getting set to take on Louisiana Tech out of Conference USA. These two old conference foes meeting for the first time since 1998. With Conference USA Newcomer of the Year, had a great season, and he's got Kenneth Dixon to his left to start the game. Toss play to Dixon from the 12 with Ricky Jones blocking for him. And there goes the NFL ready Kenneth Dixon, first team all-conference. Runs it for 17 yards and a first down. Pressure on Driscoll, who finds Taylor over the middle for a first down. That is catch number 90 this season, and a gain of 8 to move the chains for the junior out of Shreveport. From the 43 off play action, trying to beat him over the top for Carlos Henderson, and he's got it inside the 10. First and goal, Louisiana Tech. Yards for Henderson, who's shaken up.
Carlos Henderson is certainly the speed guy. You can see number 1 matched up on 29, Chris Hughes, who's actually a safety. And once again, it's about the mismatch inside. You get your speed guy in Henderson on a safety in Humes, and Henderson wins that one right there.
From the 9, second and goal, looking for Dixon, and a back shoulder catch for a touchdown. What a start for the Bulldogs. If you blink, you're gonna miss something tonight. Two of the best offenses in the country.
And remember, the 28 Kenneth Dixon running the wheel route out of the backfield is a running back. That's why the NFL loves that guy. He was matched up on Corey Lane right there and just out of the reach, but Dixon keeps his feet in, possesses the football all the way to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a running back that's going to be playing at the next level.
Great hands. He's been stymied the last couple of games for Louisiana Tech on the ground, but he's got great hands out of the backfield. Extra point by Jonathan Barnes, and Louisiana Tech strikes first on its opening touch. Didn't take long for Skip Holtz's offense to find the end zone. 3 minutes in and a 7-0 Louisiana Tech lead. Two of the best offenses in college football. Former long-time conference rivals Arkansas State and Louisiana Tech meeting for the first time since 1998. Arkansas State's record-setting offense is on the field, and a line drive to Trez Houston from the quarterback Freddie Knighton for a first down on a gain of 12. Third down and 1. McKissick in the game. He gets the carry. He gets the first down and bursts inside the 45-yard line. A 9-yard run for J.D. McKissick. They want to get him about 12 touches per game between offense and special teams, already a few. They've set the Sun Belt record for offense the last 2 years under Blake Anderson. Third down and 2. Screen pass for Juan, and he gets drilled and brought down. Xavier Woods making the stop back at the 38-yard line, and then a penalty marker comes flying in.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 11, taunting. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. That's number 11's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Grogan got called for the taunting penalty, so that gives a fresh set of downs to the Red Wolves. Grogan was on the ground, had the ankle, and then you see him talking over him, standing over, and a fresh set of downs to the 24. Keeper for Knight with a plenty of space on the perimeter, and he gets ripped down, and this may be a horse collar penalty on the outside against Aaron Robertson. Second and goal from the 17-yard line. Knighton under pressure, throwing it up top for Houston. Did he hold on? He did. A flag is thrown, but a touchdown for Trez.
I think this is actually going to be offensive pass interference on Trez Houston.
You felt like that push-up right when he got into the end zone, right, Cal?
Yeah, Darius Barnes had really good coverage.
Pass interference. Offense number 15. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Yeah, I think you're right, Adam. Trez Houston pushed off on really good coverage by Adarius Barnes, number 21. Press coverage, good jam at the line of scrimmage, get in the hip pocket, look for the football, and you saw the left arm of Trez Houston throw Barnes by right there.
Yeah.
Had him hooked, and
Actually, they're going to go with a different kicker here than usual for Arkansas State. Nope, it is J.D. Houston, a number change for J.D. Houston. He's wearing 41. And Houston, who's been in that slight funk, is able to put Arkansas State on the board. Third down and 3. Driscoll on the slant, a low throw, and it is incomplete, looking for Marcus Gaines. Coverage out on the perimeter by Wagner, and it brings up fourth down. Late blitz on Knighton on 3rd and 10. Keeping the play alive with his feet, and it is incomplete for Warren Leafhart. Phenomenal season, the Conference USA Newcomer of the Year. Gives it to Kenneth Dixon. And Kenneth Dixon exploding down the sideline. Rocky Hayes got him by the jersey at the 31-yard line.
the quarterback zone read. Driscoll does this so very well, and what he's going to do, he's going to read the end man on the line of scrimmage right there. As he steps upfield or hesitates, you give it right away to Kenneth.
A lot of different looks, but they're only going to rush 3. Driscoll fires short of the sticks. It's caught by Dixon, but a couple of yards shy of the line to gain as Rocky Hayes ran him down. This would tie his career long from 50. And got that late hook through. Hit a 50-yarder against Louisiana Lafayette earlier this season. This 50-yarder makes it a 7-point Bulldog lead.
Jonathan Barnes got all of this one, and he drifted it in from the right side, kind of like a 3-iron. Hit it hard and then let it fall into the green. That's exactly what that kick looked like.
They have continued their success. They were the Conference USA champs this season. The Sun Belt champions go back to work, and J.D. McKissick gets hammered down after a strong run. The hit put on by Cedric Cooper, keeping McKissick on the deck after a 14-yard run. And they won their 4th Sun Belt title in the last 5 years this year. Here is Warren Wan on the final play of the first quarter. And Warren Wan has a first down, grabbed at the 35-yard line by Cooper and Abraham. The ball may have come out loose at the end of the play, and it did. Aaron Robertson came out of the pack with it. And the head linesman is saying that that ball was loose, and Robertson has it for Louisiana Tech.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by Louisiana Tech. First down. That's the end of the first quarter.
Kel, we had a little bit of everything in the first 15 minutes.
Did.
What has been an explosive first quarter full of long plays, couple of scores, a ton of penalties, and a Robertson takeaway, the freshman from Shreveport.
Catch your breath, my brother.
That ball was loose. Robertson alertly picked it up. We're through 15. Driscoll with time. Taking a shot for Taylor. Over the top. He's got it inside the 15.
We just saw Trent Taylor from the slot position run an open route inside. This time he fakes inside and goes over the top of Money Hunter, number 27, and runs the inside vertical route.
2nd and 12. Driscoll to the end zone. Touchdown Taylor. Touchdown Tech. The turnover by Wand, and Louisiana Tech cashes in. A couple of big plays for Trent Taylor on that drive, and Jeff Driscoll stays hot.
He's inside and catches the ball. He runs a vertical fade route outside from an inside position. And then this was pretty easy. That was a corner route, and it was a nice route, but there was zero coverage by Arkansas State.
Barnes adds the extra point. Remember, Arkansas State leads the country in interceptions. They lead the country in takeaways, but they have a tendency to give up some big plays. They gave up the long one to Taylor and the touchdown to Taylor. And it's a 17-3 Louisiana Tech lead. Arkansas State has to start this drive from inside its own 10 after a holding penalty. Freddie Knight keeping it on the edge. Run out of bounds. He wanted a penalty flag on that play, and he's going to get one after a Darius Barnes ran him out late.
Or he can throw it.
Third down and 3. Design quarterback run and straight up the gut into Thomason, but a first down for Knighton at the 42 of Louisiana Tech. He also told Joe Shad earlier today that he's focused on this game, and then he's going to focus on the Terps offense after. Blitz on Knighton. He finds Juan. Juan's got the first down, and it's first and goal for Arkansas State. Somehow slithering through traffic for 17 yards.
Kentrell Bryce was coming on the blitz and getting after the quarterback right there, and Knighton retreats just a little bit to get that ball to Juan. That was a narrow window, wasn't it?
That was a tight spot to deliver that ball on a sidearm sling.
I told you, Knighton is athletic, if nothing else.
Give to Juan, and the freshman lunging forward for a touchdown. Fifth touchdown for the freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma. He gets Arkansas State's first 6 of the game.
This is, I think, Juan's strong suit. He's patient, and he's powerful up inside. He's listed at 5'5", 175. You lose the guy behind big offensive linemen, and then the leg drive, and was that right knee down before that ball crossed the line of scrimmage. That was close.
Waiting to see if Mike Simcheski, our replay official, wants to buzz down and take a further look at it. Every scoring play is reviewed. Looks like Houston will kick away. That's the first touchdown drive for Arkansas State. Warren Juan, this coaching staff told us we're better when he's on the field. He's had a great freshman season, and he gets Arkansas State back within 7.
Every step of the way. He's very humble, and he's been very gracious. Nothing bad to say about his 4 years at Florida at all.
Driscoll over the middle, and it's overthrown for Taylor. That personal foul penalty against Darrell Brown kind of takes the wind out of the sails for Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech just hasn't let him outside much at all.
Here's Juan, has a hole, and a shift gets him the first down into Louisiana Tech territory before Cleveland brought him down a dozen on the run. 3rd and 6. Knight taken off. A lot of space to cover, and he got brought down by feet. A 3 yards shy of the line to gain. Arkansas State is inside the opponent's 45-yard line. This is kind of like no man's land for them right now with 4th and short, but it looks like the punt unit's coming out.
Looking much different when number 28 is healthy. There is no doubt about that.
Give to Dixon. He's got a pulling block from Jens Danielson, and he's got the first down to the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of that radar defense. Nobody with their hand down, and the pressure coming on Driscoll from Chase Robinson. Good job to penetrate by the Red Wolves up front, forcing Driscoll into a tough spot. This is going to be important for Gerald Schaus as he kicks to a good return man in Blaze Taylor, trying to flip the field. Taylor will field it at the 34. And there goes Blaze Taylor. And Schaus runs him out of bounds. The sophomore sophomore from Auburn, Alabama, with an excellent return. And Arkansas State in position to tie this game late in the half.
Blaze Taylor makes a great decision right there. The short punt, it bounced up right to him, and you can literally see guys in the return game waving him over to the wall, and Blaze Taylor gets there and makes a big play for his football team right there.
Knight delivers on target. Inside the 5 goes McKissick. It'll be first down and goal at the 3. Unless he wants to get the ball back with only seconds remaining in this half. Very surprised at that call. Knight being chased by Dora. And Knighton is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Somehow found a window and got in to score. The punt return from Taylor set him up, and Knighton caps it off.
When you get Freddie Knighton to the edge, typically good things happen for Arkansas State offensively. He's a tremendous athlete that's still learning how to play the quarterback position, and when he can get out in open spaces, he's a very dynamic runner of the football, and fearless as well. Watch the contact as he gives up his body and gets into the end zone. Tremendous play by Freddie Knighton.
Houston adds the extra point. That is the 21st career rushing touchdown for Freddie Knighton. We talked about his athleticism. It has been on full display on his runs tonight. 51 rushing yards in that score. Former Florida Gator, transfers to Louisiana Tech and wins Conference USA Newcomer of the Year. And he is looking to pass. He finds Turner. Seconds remaining, and there goes Turner. And Paul Turner, with time ticking away, will go down shy of the 10-yard line. He almost went the distance as the seconds ticked away. Now we know maybe why Skip Holtz called a timeout. He wanted to give this offense a shot, and he went 71 yards, but not enough.
Yeah, how about a check down that almost goes the distance? And Paul Turner is a speed guy that transferred from LSU, and he almost took that safe pass to the house.
Incredible. Chris Humes caught up to him.
Right there on what literally could have been a shoelace tackle.
Yep.
That's the definition of it right there.
He needed 12 more yards. The play was saved by Humes. A late blitz on Knight, but it's the initial pressure from Vontarius Dora that gets to Freddie Knight to make it a 3 and out. Sack number 6 for Dora this year.
That's where I'm going to go play for a coach who worries about players and not plays.
What an incredible story. Driscoll on first down. Going to the outside for Turner, who had that incredible play at the end of the first half. Nearly ended up with a long touchdown in the final second.
Yeah, a great job of getting the most out of this young man for the year that they've had him.
Driscoll looking for Taylor downfield. He's not there. A great twisting catch is made by Connor Smith, who's only playing in his 3rd game of the season due to a long-standing ankle injury, his 2nd catch of the year.
And watch the pump fake outside, and then Connor Smith is going to have to reach behind him right there. You hope the quarterback and receiver are on the same page, and they were right there.
Pressure off the edge from Robinson. Driscoll looking downfield. Back-to-back plays for Connor Smith. This time it's 21 yards. The guy had made 1 grab for 5 yards in 2 games all year, so he's an older redshirt freshman.
Keep an eye on Trent Taylor right there. Look for Driscoll to get out on the edge and work at number 5.
Driscoll with time, and incomplete for Turner. And I believe there might have been some miscommunication because immediately Driscoll goes over to talk to Turner. So Jonathan Barnes will have a 20-yard chip shot from a tough angle. He tied his career long and tied a New Orleans Bowl record with that 50-yarder in the first half. This 20-yarder makes it a 3-point Bulldog lead. A fantastic crew in the Superdome in New Orleans. Been a wild game so far. Knighton under pressure. taking a shot downfield, and he's got Houston. First down to the 37-yard line in Louisiana Tech territory, and a flag is thrown as Xavier Woods and Trez Houston start jawing after the play. Longest play offensively for Blake Anderson's normally explosive offense. 28 yards. He was banged up a little bit earlier on this drive. He's back out at right guard. Just a four-man rush, which gets to Knighton. Thomason chasing him, and a tough throw flung out of bounds as Thomason put Knighton on his back. Fourth down. Junior college transfer from Mississippi. Started 9 of 9. He's 2 for his last 4. Nice kick. Tie game. 8:17 to play, third quarter. They've all been tight today. We've got another tight one in the bowl game. Starting over from the 29, Driscoll. Nothing downfield, but a lot of green in front of him. Trying to work past Woods and Luster, and does for a first down run across the 40. Extended the play with his feet, and he's got Dixon. There goes Kenneth Dixon. A big pull-turner block. Let Dixon take it to the house for 58 yards and a go-ahead touchdown. And Dixon limping a little bit after the play after his second reception for a touchdown, which ties Keenan Reynolds for the most in FBS history. Total touchdowns scored.
And all of that play was outside of the design of the original play. No doubt about it. And Jeff Driscoll actually waved Dixon down the sideline after Driscoll broke contain and then threw a very good ball to a running back streaking down the edge.
Lawrence adds the extra point. And again, Dixon is banged up after the play. Obviously, he's been nursing that ankle issue most of the season.
Yeah, Dixon's been banged up for about 5 weeks. But the quarterback waves him down the field, and Dixon hauls it in. And I don't know that there was a whole lot there as far as where we can tell that ankle got hurt. Remember, he's been nursing that for quite some time, and right now they're actually looking at the outside of that right knee.
This is that press quarters coverage for Louisiana Tech. Another low snap handled by Knighton. And that's batted into the air by Vernon Butler. And every NFL scout that's watching this guy tonight just high-fived one another. What a play by the first-team Conference USA defensive lineman. Worst starting field position for the Bulldogs. So Driscoll goes play action and has Taylor. He's got him at the 29. Kelly, your goal when you're pinned inside your 10, your 15, get the first down. That's what the Bulldogs do. Play action on second down. He's got Taylor over the middle. Threw behind him a little bit, but the adjustment by Taylor for his 7th catch of the day. He's got 118 yards through the air today. Leads the nation in takeaways and interceptions this year. There goes Scott. Big burst. And Boston Scott dragging defenders inside the 20-yard line. All the way down to the 16 for 24 hard-earned yards. And how about this? Arkansas State, the 5th most penalized team in the country, has over 100 yards tonight. Here goes Dixon, and he just waltzes right in for a touchdown. There's the new record. 86 touchdowns scored in his career.
Kenneth Dixon is feeling good health-wise. It's that lateral cut ability. He has great visions, which all really good running backs do, but then it's the ability to get there in terms of lateral quickness and what you're seeing, and that was Dixon on that play.
Barnes adds the extra point, and it's a 14-point advantage. They're just ripping the name off the back of his jersey right now, too, along with the numbers.
Watch him jump outside at him right there. He sees it to to his right, but you and I can see it, but we may not have the quickness to get there. Number 28 does, and basically everything's been ripped off of his jersey tonight.
Louisiana Tech's over 500 total yards. Arkansas State at 275. Knight tossing over the top, and it's picked off by Xavier Woods. He laterals it back. Adarius Barnes. And Adarius Barnes still on his feet inside the 15-yard line.
Well, Trez Houston was the intended receiver, and Freddie Knighton, there's a flag, a late flag on the play. But Freddie Knighton knew that Houston had the initial coverage by Barnes beat, but he forgot to look out in front of the receiver, and he would have seen Xavier Woods standing right there. Number 7 picks it off.
86 touchdowns scored in his career to set the new FBS mark, passing Keenan Reynolds, who will have a chance to overtake it once again later. Head of steam for Dixon, and a broken tackle, and a stiff arm for extra yardage and a first down against Rocky Hayes. This guy's having his way with the defense now. Blitz coming, empty set. Driscoll has to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like he did. Woodson Luster bringing the heat that time. That's what happens in the empty set against the blitz. Less than 14 minutes to play. If Jonathan Barnes, who's hit from 50 and 20, hits this one from 28, it makes it a 3-score game. That's what he does. 17-point lead for Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech has never won in 8 games in the city of New Orleans. They're up by 17 in the fourth. One play over 20 yards on the day so far for Arkansas State. Knighton under pressure, under Ferguson's pressure, hitting him hard. Good sportsmanship there, an incomplete pass looking for White out of the backfield. Good shift by Scott, and an explosion for Boston Scott. This will be the longest run of his career. And the redshirt sophomore from Zachary, Louisiana, is finally out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Quarterback zone read, and the Red Sea parted. You saw the defensive end hesitate a little bit. Driscoll gets it inside, and then there's a puller to kick out the opposite defensive end, and Boston Scott takes full advantage of it.
Dixon, and he's got his 4th touchdown of the night. Through the air, 2 on the ground, extending his all-time FBS record. Now 87 touchdown score.
And he's keeping that football too. See, NCAA allow that? He's going to have to pad that lead because Keenan Reynolds is going to get some in his bowl game. I guarantee you that. Ricky Jones in it, really a fullback, had a good kick-out block that time, and then Kenneth Dixon steps up inside of that.
Barnes adds the extra point, and now Louisiana Tech is turning this into something we haven't seen on the opening day of bowl season. It's turning this into a blowout. It's been the Kenneth Dixon show, the Arkansas native playing against a team from his home state. Tonight it's been a couple. An emotional night for Dixon, along with a lot of these players. Several of them, including Dixon, will be playing their final collegiate games. Plays Taylor. Just the kicker to beat, and Arkansas State with a response. First career kick return for a touchdown for the sophomore from Auburn, Alabama, 98 yards. If we know anything about Arkansas State, is that they can score points in a hurry, and they can score them in multiple ways.
They have a knack for coming back in the fourth quarter, the second half in particular. Blaze Taylor has been close to this 2 other times. And this time he just has to beat the kicker, Jonathan Barnes, and then take it to the house. Well blocked, and then Taylor just turns on the afterburner.
He has 2 career punt returns for touchdowns. That is first kick return for a touchdown. Remember, J.D. McKissick banged up in this game, so he's handling the kicks now. And now Louisiana Tech is going to try to make this a 2-score game, trying to cut it down to 16 points. And they're going to go T formation here. Old school for 2. Knighton back in the end zone, and it's caught by Griswold. And it's a 2-possession game with 10:38 to play.
Griswold was one of the running backs in the backfield, number 19, the tight end, and he eventually leaks out to the back of the end zone. Play action pass. Freddie Knighton is just going to roll, and you can see number 19 coming right into your living room right there. That was a very well thrown ball. Play action pass, and all of those running backs in that T formation just break. You have one going to the corner of the end zone. Griswold was going to the back of the end zone. You also had a running back going to the flat, and it was well thrown by Freddie Knighton.
Under pressure, underneath for Taylor, slipping tackles, and he's got the first down. Woodson Luster finally ran him out, but Trent Taylor keeping his feet, keeping the play alive for 8 yards. So rare third down in the second half for Louisiana Tech's offense. Just their third down. Showing that press coverage. Driscoll over the middle, first down. Guess who? Trent Taylor again. 9th catch today on 12 targets for Trent Taylor, and he's got 140 receiving yards as well. Blitz, throw to Dixon. In the open space, and the cut. Past Quantario Heath gets him the first down all the way to the 15-yard line.
What's that new dance craze they're talking about? Half of it's like this.
They're dabbing these days, Kel.
Well, isn't there something about a stinky leg or something? Or
I think you're about 2 years behind on the stanky leg, but that's fine.
Well,
Another chip shot try. This one from a much easier angle at 22 yards. 4 of 4 tonight for Jonathan Barnes.
The football down the middle, especially against Louisiana Tech. In the end, it took Jeff Driscoll having a career night, and glad to see it.
Knighton tossing for Houston, and it is intercepted by Darius Barnes, the newly minted father who just became a dad on Thursday when his girlfriend Kim gave birth to his baby daughter Aubrey. That's one heck of a cap for Darius Barnes in what has been an incredibly emotional week for him and his family. Skip Holtz leads this team to a 47-28 final over Arkansas State in a meeting of longtime rivals renewed for the first time since 1998. SportsCenter is coming up next. We have live coverage of our post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One on ESPN3 right now.